Majo John Madden in my camper van in Veracruz, Mexico, right next to the harbor. It's about 4 in the morning, and it is so quiet down here this morning. And if you look outside the window, the harbor is real calm and peaceful. And I've been in Mexico 10 months, all along the east coast of Mexico, which is wonderfully devoid of American tourists, and where I've had to learn Spanish. I've gotten a lot better. This may turn out to be just a draft for a better video I make in the daylight, but I'm gonna try it now anyway. Catch what I want to say when it's hot. I left America twice. Right around age 29 or 30, I'm 77 now, I was so distraught about the Vietnam War, which I had protested and had been maced and tear gassed at the Democratic Convention in '68, that I grabbed a chance to take a psychology job in Nova Scotia, Canada, and moved up there with my wife. The reason I came back was that the bicentennial happened when I was up there, and I was a member of a spiritual group, followers of the Bengal, India teacher Sri Chinmoy, who had come to the U.S. and was a big cheerleader for the U.S. He did weekly meditations at the UN, and his followers were celebrating the bicentennial in all the different centers. And I was a member of the Halifax, Nova Scotia chapter. And I was living in a little fishing village way over by the New Brunswick end of Nova Scotia. And I got a call from one of the guys at the Halifax Center, and he said, "John, we're having this big celebration on Sunday for the American bicentennial. I hope you'll come because you're our one American." And I said, "Jim, no, I'm sick of America. Sick to heart of what's going on there. No, I don't want anything to do with America." And he gave me an impassioned diatribe for, I don't know, some number of minutes about the soul of America and what it's really all about. And it's all about freedom and opportunity. And John, you're American. You need to claim that. I got off the phone stunned, just stunned, and walked down to the beach. I was living by the Bay of Fundy, the highest tides in the world, and walked along the beach and cried like a baby, and ended up forgiving America as, you know, the bad parent it had been to me, and eventually within the next year going back. I'm glad I did. That would have been when I was 31, I think. So 46 years ago. And I had a good run in the U.S. I love America, and there are places I would love to go back and see. Asheville, North Carolina, my last city, the Blue Ridge Mountains. I love the Blue Ridge Mountains, one of the most beautiful places in the world. And I've been on the road for 4 years. When the COVID hit, I took off and bought a camper van and spent the first year in the Blue Ridge Mountains and loved it. Then I went back to Chicago when I realized I couldn't stay there. And I love Chicago, my hometown. Love Chicago. The Lake Michigan, the Rogers Park neighborhood at the far north of Chicago. What a quality of life there. And I traveled down the Mississippi. Never had really experienced the Mississippi. Love the Mississippi River. Oh my God, what a great river. 3 months in New Orleans, the winter of 22. Adore New Orleans. Oh, it doesn't just throw parties, it is a party. And it's so, the black infused culture is so wonderful, and the architecture and the vegetation. I was happy there. I love Mexico. When I ask people who have lived and worked in the U.S. and then come back, I'll say, "Are you happy you're here?" Oh my God, I'm so happy to be back. So happy to be back. America's a good place to go make some money and come back to Mexico, but this is Mexico is a place to live. The quality of life is so much better, and Mexico gets such a bad rap for being dangerous, which in certain places it absolutely is. But my 10 months here have all been in places that I buzzed through the Matamoros area very quickly, which you want to. But every place else I've been has been so safe and so sweet. And the people are wonderful. I just can't stop commenting about how beautiful the Mexican people are and what wonderful parents they are and how gorgeous the children are. It's poor. It's poor. And I'm still poor because I'm traveling on a Social Security check still. I love the beaches, and my goal is to live in a place where I can be in the water every day. And it may turn out to be Veracruz because there are gorgeous beaches here, and it's my favorite place yet. Very, very sweet town. I still love America and grieve for America, and I stay very tuned in, continue to make on YouTube, and continue to make lots of videos about the U.S. Oh, but it's a terrible place to live now. I'm sorry. It is. Mexico is way safer, dramatically safer, if you stay away from the cartel areas, which is easy to do unless you live there. No guns. No guns. There's no violent crime to speak of. Very few police, because most places they're really not needed. And you don't have to, in South Texas, you piss somebody off, they will pull out a gun and shoot you. And my heart breaks for what America is going through. And I will keep my oar in and do everything I can to help. But I'm probably never going back. I can't picture it when there's so much to explore in Mexico. No. I love, love, love Mexico. My Spanish is getting better, and it has to get a lot better. But it's worth every little time I have to pull out my Google Translator on my phone. It's worth it. Thank you for your commentary, Bill. It's very thoughtful, as always. Brilliant. But I disagree. At age 77, I earned my stripes in the U.S., and I will contribute any way I can from Mexico. Yeah. Buen dia.